Part of liberating your mind, sorry for those that are joining on podcasts, if it's not motivation, if it's not meditation, if it's not inspiration, if it's not one of the three, I don't want it. So part of liberating your mind is not buying into all of the bull. So I want to start breaking this down with you guys. So what truly exists? Time, space, and matter. So what is it that we experience? What is it that's outside of us? What is it that we work with on a daily basis? What are the challenges that we face off against? How do we utilize them? How do we overcome them? And I've heard a lot of people, they complicate these things. They want to make sure that they're important, and they start to forget about universal laws. They start to forget about, like my mantra is the law of riches. The more you give, the more you receive in return from the universal yield. And what does that mean? It means that if you're not putting in the focus, you're not putting in the work, you're not going to get the yield. It means that if you're not putting it in, if you're not focusing on it, don't expect a result. And a lot of people, they expect results, but they're not willing to focus to the point. They're not willing to put in the knowledge, not put in the hours, not put in the challenges to receive what they feel like they're worth. So they feel like they're worth it because this is a feeling, because this is something that what we have come to as a knowledge is that we care, okay? And so a lot of people, they try to relate to the care that they have instead of the process of utilizing the universe, instead of the process of using the energy inside of themselves and using the understanding within who they are. And so what happens is all of a sudden they feel like they deserve something when they truly don't, okay? So, example. So there was this video I watched, I don't know the exact guy, but if I could quote him, I absolutely would. So if he hears this and this message makes its way over to him, it's amazing, right? So there was this guy, and I hope it makes it around on social media, because when you're focusing on something, guys, focus on that. Don't let the remainder of the things around you stop you, okay? That's the difference between somebody who's gonna get a yield from the universe and somebody that's not. Okay, the universe isn't here just to not be your friend. Okay, the creator of the universe, the one that created this golden light source within the universe that is talked about biblically upon multiple sources, talks about yield. It talks about the capability to understand, and that there were those that saw and didn't see, okay? So in other words, you can be like the masses if you want to. You can be like the people that don't break their minds free. You could be like the people who keep on thinking that good and bad exists. Or you can liberate your mind from this. You can liberate your mind from that so that you can achieve a higher level. A higher level is already spoken about, right? So for all those Christians out there who say, what are you talking about, this higher levels? How's there higher levels in this? Okay, so glory be to the Most High. Okay, go challenge that biblically. Okay, you're gonna find out that the Most High is a golden light source to the north. The golden light. Okay, the golden law of 90. All right, there's scientific proof that the Most High exists. That light frequency is the Most High's light, okay? So you want to go around saying that Jesus Christ is God, right? Well, check this out. Jesus Christ stated, I sit at the right hand of God. Okay, all right, check this out. And I'm exalted, right? So in other words, we're talking about another color, okay? Exaltation, all right? A different frequency of light, a different spectrum of light, okay? So that means that spectrum of light is talking about white light, or the white chakra energy that exists in every single human being, okay? So therefore, that's why you go to church, to work on your nervous system, okay? That's why it's not every single day, every single person is at church every single day. Because we got to work on different energy fields inside of ourselves. Part of our being wants to stand its ground. Part of our being wants to walk the earth. Part of our being wants to think. Part of our depth perception wants to have an understanding in this universe. And so when we're trying to come up with a reason why only that is the form of knowledge, recognize that there is sevenfold energy inside of yourself, and it's literally stated that we are created in the Creator's image, okay? So either we are, and we have those colors inside of us, which can show up on a thermal scanner, which you can look up, you can see it, or we don't. And if we do have that energy inside of ourselves, might want to start asking yourself, what is it for? How do I utilize that energy inside of myself? How do I collect my thoughts? How do I learn to speak my mind? How do I learn to utilize my ability to overcome my walls? Because we face off against walls and we face off against ceilings. A lot of times, our society helps us to overcome ceilings. They don't teach you how to break down your walls inside of yourself. They don't teach you how to focus past the challenges that you have, the ability to overcome them. They'll teach you how to write in school, but they're not going to teach you how to use those skills in such a way that you become a master of your life. They'll teach you how to work for somebody else, but they won't teach you how to work on yourself, okay? There used to be a little class, I don't see it very many times anymore. It's called study skills, okay? All right? A lot of times we forget to use our study skills. We forget to use the skills that we have inside of ourselves to study ourselves. We ignore the energy that exists inside of ourselves. We ignore the ability to utilize this universe, that the most high energy field brings to us. So you want to challenge that? Go read up on it, okay? Come back at me, kick back at me if you got something that you could say about that, because it's already written, okay? And so looking at it, the world that Jesus Christ built, that place that Savior brought for us, and it's ignored massively. But go ahead and type it up. Go look up Shambhala, Lord Shambhala, okay? You're going to find it's Jesus Christ, okay? So we can't ignore the documentations that India has, that Jesus was there after that they claimed that he didn't die on the cross, okay? Now that can be even broken down to a greater statement, because here's the thing. Somebody could die on a table and still come back to life, okay? So what definition of die are you going to seek out after? Because the government of India actually has documentation that Jesus didn't die on the cross, okay? He might have passed for a moment, okay? But that didn't happen like they're trying to submit you. And the second piece that tells me that is how so much They want you to believe that Jesus died on the cross or they don't accept you. Okay. Jesus had amazing purpose on this earth. Jesus was the greatest healer that ever lived. Jesus is the master of the white light energy field within the universe. Okay? He even acknowledged the Most High God. Okay? So that's not taking from Jesus. That's not saying that he sits at the right hand of God. Okay? Because he had a purpose. So mastering one energy field within the universe. Look inside of yourself. You'll start to see that you have multiple energy fields inside of you. See, challenge this. Think about it. Okay? So multiple people think this stuff, right? So if it is that Jesus truly holds the rank of Lord Shambhala, okay? This is for all you Indians out there. This just makes you understand the cross spectrum here, okay? Like if you're from Britain and the only thing you learned is that, you know, open your horizon to understand Jesus' true purpose on this earth. The great equalizer. Go research about Shambhala. Go look into it, okay? Look at what I'm saying, all right? And it's almost about time that we start to open up to the other energy fields in our churches, all right? We can't ignore the Most High's call to us that states that we're created in the Creator's image, okay? We can't ignore that light and dark forces were divided. We can't ignore the positive forces, the universal understandings. Jesus' purpose on the earth was to save mankind, to give them the ability to enter Shambhala, okay? So, one mastery of an energy field, okay? This stuff is probably, most people, they don't hear this stuff unless they really study India, okay? So what I'm talking about is universal understanding, all right? What is a positive process in your life? What is a positive purpose in your life? Because what exists, what's stated biblically is that God is outside of time, space, and matter. Okay? In the beginning. Okay? The light source was a golden light source because it brings it back to the light that was golden. Okay? So recognize that there is more to this. That there is a certain part where people want you to submit to things. You don't have to submit your mind to what other people say. You can grow from within yourself. You can grow to overcome your challenges. You can start to become positive. You can start to utilize your mentality, utilize your ability, utilize this universe that you're a part of. I just hope that you all have a blessed day. As always, namaste.